Welcome to episode 1 of the Sharp Cheddar podcast, where sharp guys have cheesy takes, particularly on sports with a little life sprinkled in. This is your host, Garrett Latham, joined by my co-host, Vince Picosa.
What's going on, party people? How we doing tonight?
They cannot respond. This is a podcast. It's a one-way conversation.
Right.
With that being said, we are excited to inform you guys that tonight we will be joined by NC State legendary running back Matthew Days. We're excited to have him on. He is actually 4th all-time in rushing yards at NC State with 2,856. And he's 3rd all-time in rushing touchdowns with 34. So it'll be awesome to hear from him, and really looking forward to it.
He might be 4th in rushing yards, but he's number 1 in our hearts.
There you go. We've been about 30 seconds in, and I've already had enough of you. So, with that being said, Vince, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
My name's Vince Picosa. Originally from San Jose, California, West Coast area, and moved to Fuquay when I was 10 or 11. Been in Fuquay, Varina, North Carolina my whole life. Little place in North Carolina. About 30 minutes out from Raleigh. Nobody's heard of it. No, you'll miss it if you blink driving through. Played football in high school.
What position?
Played a little left tackle, little center.
Little left tackle? Or
wow. There ain't nothing little about me. About 6'3", 350. We just ate dinner, so maybe 360 right now. Marrying my fiance, Samantha.
You guys get married in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we got, I think it's 25 days now.
3 weeks, yeah.
25
Congrats
days.
On that.
Appreciate it, buddy. Got my dog, Zeke, mini Australian Shepherd. He's a handful right now. And that's pretty much me right now.
Cool.
What's going on with you, Garrett?
Yeah, so my name is Garrett Latham. I am also from the area. I moved here in 6th grade. I think we met. Did we meet in middle school? I went to the same middle school as Vince in Fuquay. Went to high school at Middle Creek, where we parted ways. He went to high school at Fuquay. Those are actually like 2 rival high schools, so we didn't really like each other much in high school. Actually met each other playing flag football and became boys from then, and kind of like chatting up sports, and that's kind of what brought this about. I'm married. We've been married for 2.5 years. My beautiful wife, Emily, she's also from the area. Went to another school kind of in the area, Athens Drive. It's in Raleigh. Same conference as Fuquay and Middle Creek, so we knew each other in high school. Started dating serious in college at NC State, where I went and played football. I walked on, earned a scholarship after 2 years, year and a half-ish. And, loved every minute of playing there. Not a lot of playing, but loved every minute of practicing there and being on the team with the guys. Developed a lot of lifelong friendships. And, so that's a little bit about me. Have a dog named Waffle, since you gave Zeke a shout-out. And that's about it. Me and Emily live in Durham. I work at Cisco Systems. I'm in sales. So, yeah, it's going good. With that being said, let's get into episode 1. Tell me a little bit about what you thought about the NC State game over the weekend against Marshall.
I thought everything went according to their plan. I thought NC State executed well. They started running the ball much better than I expected. Finally, Gillespie got on track a little bit.
I think they ended with 125 rushing yards.
Yeah, that's
something. I mean, nothing crazy, but like with our passing game, that's definitely respectable. Finley had 377 passing yards. So
yeah, if we're running the ball like that with that passing attack, we just got to keep them on their toes. Defense is on their toes.
Yeah.
I didn't go to NC State, by the way. Just a huge NC State fan. So if I call them we, just because I'm a fan. And but I liked everything they did. Kelvin got involved big time, 150 yards receiving. Big loss with Thomas, though, the wide receiver. I don't know how long he's going to be out yet, but...
I think it was a concussion or something.
So week or two maybe, but a road win. They're hard to get in college football. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was a little worried about the game, maybe being a letdown after the West Virginia game being canceled and everything. But I was impressed with them. I thought they came out and they didn't come out flat. They came out ready to play and really jumped on Marshall from the get-go. And, I mean, honestly, if you take 2 plays away from them, then they didn't do much outside of that. I mean, they had the one long touchdown where it was like an 80-yard pass, and it was just kind of, maybe a busted coverage or whatever it was, and then the fumble return on the kickoff. You take away those 2 plays, I mean, we blow them out. And Marshall's not a terrible football team. I mean, they're a smaller school, but they're a good football program, so I thought it was a good win for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Any road win is big time. I don't care who you're playing. Road is road.
Yep.
And but I was impressed. Defense turned it up a little bit, a little pick six. That was nice to see. Good to see us playing a little defense, flying around the football.
Yep. With that being said, what are we thinking of the upcoming Virginia game at home?
Well, let's talk about, before we get into that, let's talk about why can't NC State get anything but a 12 o'clock start by the ACC?
Dude, I bought season tickets this year, and I got to be honest, I'm pretty disappointed right now. Like, the best game of the season was canceled. The West Virginia game. And now every freaking game is a noon.
Is a nooner. It's a good old
It's
nooner.
tough, dude. And I mean, I don't drink or anything, but like I feel for the people that are out tailgating and all that. I mean,
that Georgia Southern game, buddy, was 100 degrees in the heat, sunburn.
You were a little dehydrated, you could say.
I may have had a drink or two. And that was... Yeah, they got to stop with these 12 o'clock games. We got to get some 3:30s, and then we go to Marshall at 7 o'clock.
I don't get
it. And then ACC, it's 12:30 every weekend. But I'm looking forward to playing the Cavaliers this weekend. Don't know much about Virginia. I just
I saw them. I mean, I haven't seen them. I've looked at their schedule a little bit. They've had a good year so far. I know that they blew out Louisville. I mean, with that being said, Louisville's not like a power team this year either. So I just don't think that there's a lot that we know about the ACC. It definitely looks weak this year. I mean, Virginia, they lost on the road to Indiana 16-20. So, I mean, Indiana's not a power team either this year. I mean, State's favored by 7. That sounds about right to me. When I was talking to a couple buddies, I figured that we'd be favored anywhere between like 7 and 9. Yeah. So 7 seems about right to me.
Yeah, I think I actually think it's going to get ugly. I think State's going to put the pedal to the metal and really try to blow this team out for their first ACC game. They're going to try to set a statement. They really were planning on it with West Virginia, and that didn't pan out. So this is their first chance to really, really set a statement to the nation right now.
Yeah, I think if they blow out Virginia, then we'll be ranked, going into that Boston College game.
Yeah, that's the big game, but we can't have them looking forward too far forward. That's a trap game. This is a trap game, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yep.
Switching gears, did you catch the Stanford-Oregon game?
Yeah, insane game. Oregon, not the Oregon we used to know, okay? Not the Chip Kelly Ducks.
They looked good.
I know.
The whole game. They should have won that game by like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. Butterfingers,
I mean, my goodness.
The fumble cost them.
I'm watching the game, right? And it's over. I leave and I'm coming home and apparently the quarterback had fumbled. So I didn't even really get to see the ending because I was like, he got the first down. They have no more timeouts. Yep. All they had to do was kneel the ball, and they handed it off, and old boy fumbled. And, that's rough living.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Oregon's coach got to be irate today. But he did it to himself.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Who can you be mad at?
Yeah, can't be mad at yourself, no doubt. So, Stanford, looking forward to this upcoming weekend, just for a minute. So, we have Stanford-Notre Dame as a top 10 matchup. And we also have Ohio State, Penn State as a top 10 matchup.
Yep.
Really good weekend of college football this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be a good weekend.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State, Nick Bosa was a big loss.
Ohio State is at Penn State.
At Penn State.
They are favored by 3.5. Thoughts on that?
I don't know. I I really think I'm going Penn State on that one at home.
Really? Wow. Yeah. I gotta be honest, dude. I think Ohio State's going to go in there and destroy Penn State. Penn State has been very, very underwhelming this year to me. They were down to yes, they beat Illinois 63-24, but they were losing to a bad Illinois team. They were losing at home to App State. App State's not terrible, but they're not Ohio State. They should have lost that game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they should have lost that game. And, I mean, the other two games, they were blowouts, Pittsburgh and Kent State. But, I don't know, man. Ohio State, dude, they looked really good against TCU. They had some adversity, and they just kind of went through it and ended up kind of taking it to TCU. On the road.
Yeah.
It was neutral
field, but in Arlington, that's a joke.
Yeah.
But, Trace McSorley's got to step up, and I think he knows that. That baseball swing, he's going to have to hit one out of the park this weekend. He's going to have to step his game up for sure. This defensive line, even without Bosa, is going to be – that defensive line still has 2 NFL players on it.
Yep. So are you going with Penn State then?
Yeah, I think I'll actually ride Penn State money line.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I like Ohio State minus 3.5. I think that's a pretty easy number. Yeah. I think it'll be close first half, even maybe through the third quarter. I think Ohio State will pull away towards the end, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then going to Stanford, Notre Dame. Both teams play pretty similar styles with the ground and pound. Stanford's trying to unleash a little passing game now, but
Notre Dame actually benched their starting quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that.
Brought in the backup against Wake Forest, and they kind of took it to Wake Forest. And spread was only 6, I think, and they ended up dropping like a 60 bomb.
Yeah,
something like that. So.
Yeah, I actually think that Notre Dame team is pretty talented. But quarterback, as we know, is the hardest position in football to play, and it's even harder to find a good one.
Yeah.
So everybody's looking. So Notre Dame's on number 2 now.
Figure it out. Spread of that one is 4.5. The game is at Notre Dame. What are your thoughts on that? Who do you like?
Yeah, I think I like. I think I actually like Stanford in that one.
Okay, we can agree on that one.
Yeah. Stanford has a really good football team.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they're going to win, but that seems like a lot of points. I could definitely see that being like a field goal game or last-second touchdown to win by 1.
Yep.
Something crazy like that. But, yeah, I think I like Stanford with the points in that one.
Yep.
Moving forward, let's talk a little NFL. It was a crazy weekend. First of all,
them Brownies?
Yeah, congratulations to the Browns on their first victory in a million years, it seems like.
It feels like forever. I haven't seen a W on that scoreboard in a while. Later we'll be talking to Matt Day's former Cleveland Brown about it. But, that was a good win by the Browns. They Baker? I think they might have a future with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
They have to, more than the win itself, they have to be happy that they might have found a quarterback now.
Yeah, I think, dude, speaking from backup quarterback is the worst position. I mean, because, like, literally, you're standing on the sidelines. Everybody's been playing all game long. They're already, like in high school football, you might have the jitters for like that first drive, but then you get it out of you, and then you're good. You're just locked in. You're playing football the rest of the game. Those jitters have been gone for an hour, and then you come in super cold, been standing on the sidelines. Like Baker was just chilling on the sidelines for the whole entire half until right before halftime.
Like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and then he comes in and he's supposed to take him down the field and score right before halftime. Like, dude, that's hard. And he came in, drove him right down, and they got a field goal.
That guy, Baker Mayfield, has Conor McGregor-like confidence. So
okay.
I didn't see any shakiness in this guy. He came in with a swagger, started lighting that defense up, that vaunted Jets defense, they say. And I actually don't think that defense is actually very good. I think that Lions team had a bad week that 1 week. But, yeah, I think Mayfield, with that set of weapons on that team, that team's actually pretty talented.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do with Baker moving forward.
Yeah, Baker's been named the starter going on.
What do you think the over-under should be on their wins for the rest of the season? You think that they can win 5 or 6 games?
Oh, yeah. Now, if Baker can keep this up, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing with every NFL team is finding a quarterback that's consistent. The way Pittsburgh's looked with their defense and the rest of that division, Baltimore and Cincinnati are okay. But, yeah, I think every division home game, they should be looking to win now.
Yeah.
I think they actually have a legitimate chance to win 5. If the line's at 5.5, I'd take the over.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that team has flipped a switch. Yeah, they got what's his name off the team, the linebacker who's insider trading.
Yeah.
And then Josh
Michael
Gordon,
Kendricks,
they're just cutting felons by the moment. So that's good to hear.
I don't know if you could consider Michael Kendricks a felon. I mean, I guess he is, but it's not like he was out there beating women.
No, I understand. But,
regardless, I guess not the most upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the upsets over the weekend. I mean, obviously it was the Browns. Actually, wasn't an upset. They were favored by 3 in that game.
Yeah, I know.
Some of the big upsets. First off, the Bills beating the Vikings.
Yeah,
17.5-point underdogs.
Josh Allen looks like he actually might be able to play a little bit.
He looked good. He looked like a serviceable NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he's hurdling linebackers. And
I don't know how often he'll be doing that.
That's a big man to be jumping over people.
Yeah, he's like 6'6".
Yeah, that's a hefty human to be jumping over people.
Yeah.
And no Shady. I mean, Chris Ivory looked like he did back in his Jets days, and yeah, I don't know what's going on with that team. That team is super up in the air right now. They actually might be okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then Jacksonville losing to the Titans is the other big one.
The Titans coming to the road. I think they were 10-point underdogs, and they beat the Jaguars after. Maybe the Patriots are just bad, dude. I mean, the Patriots got destroyed by the Jaguars. The Jaguars turn around and lose at home to the Titans. And then the Patriots go and lose to the Lions, who got killed by the Jets, who lost to the Browns.
I know.
It's like, dude, what is going on?
Yeah, if you're doing it that way, then then Old Dominion beat Florida State.
Nah, I know, I get
points.
it, but I'm just saying, dude.
No, I hear
not
you.
A good look.
I hear you though, and you know what? I actually don't think New England's. I think this is the year we can actually say New England is going
on the down.
Down. Decline.
But I mean, it was 2 years ago when they started off like 1-4, and people were saying it. So
and then Belichick.
Yeah, dude. You
next game.
Count him out.
To
Josh
Bengals.
Gordon coming back next week. Maybe
that might be the big pickup.
Yeah.
That might be the pickup of the season. Did you see them trying to trade Gronk?
Yeah, I saw that.
To the
Gronk
Lions?
said, "My quarterback's Tom
I
Brady."
ain't going nowhere without Tommy Boy.
If I'm Tom Brady and he says that,
feed that man the rock.
Dude.
Any chance I get, I throw.
You gotta love that.
Hey, and then they get Edelman back.
Yeah, dude.
Edelman, Gordon. You might be right.
I think they'll be just fine. Quick fun fact: $100 parlay. Now, a parlay is when you have to pick multiple games correctly. If you pick one game wrong, then you lose all the money. If you pick them all right, then the odds are crazy. Moneyline parlay: picking the Lions to beat the Patriots, the Titans to beat the Jaguars, and the Bills to beat the Vikings. If you picked those 3 correctly and you put $100 down, $100, you win $23,900. So you win $24,000 if you pick those 3 games right.
Yeah, that is
incredible.
Insanity.
It's incredible.
I remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the craziest one I'd ever seen was Lakers over Golden State when the Lakers were horrendous. It was some women's basketball game, and then it was another basketball game. But it was like...
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was...
UConn lost.
Oh, yeah, UConn
women's basketball lost, and the Lakers beat the Warriors.
That's right.
And then it was some other crazy thing. If you parlayed those 3, it was like to win $100,000 or something.
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. But this is pretty close to the same situation.
Yeah, I mean, just insane, dude. That's why football... I mean, obviously, that's why sports are awesome, but I mean, football... Like, every team loses.
NFL, everybody's so closely talented,
yeah.
Everybody's so close. Any given Sunday.
Yeah, and I mean, as corny as it sounds, it's like, it's the little things. Like, you lose a couple little things here and there, and you lose the game.
Yeah.
So let's wrap things up. I know that we have Matt Days waiting for, hopefully, is going to be an awesome interview. Let's talk a little bit about Patrick Mahomes.
Man. The kid's been lighting it up. 13 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah, I mean...
he's making Andy Reid look like a genius trading.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Andy Reid is a genius until it comes to, like, playoffs and, like, using your timeouts. He's good. I mean, he's always had a good offense.
Yeah. And the weapons on this team are crazy. And
yeah,
Mahomes has been good, But a lot of his players, or a lot of his teammates, are making a lot of plays around him. Tyreek Hill is a monster. Kelsey looks like a beast. He's making a lot of good catches.
Sammy Watkins is
coming back.
They have Conley. Conley's another fast little receiver. Yeah. They look good, man.
Conley's
good. They have Kareem Hunt, top 5 running back in the NFL, probably.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there.
For sure.
He's good.
I think you can put him there now.
Who, with that being said, are the Chiefs your AFC pick for the Super Bowl? For AFC?
No. Reed will blow it in the playoffs like he always does.
I don't know. All right, who do you have going? We'll do an early week 1 or not week 1, episode 1.
Like
week 3 after week 3.
I like where your mind's at right now.
We'll do an early pick for Super Bowl.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Goodness, put me on the spot here. Let's ride.
I mean, AFC, you got the Chiefs.
I know, but the AFC's so weak right now.
The Patriots. I mean, the Patriots don't look bad, but you can never count them out.
Does Houston make a come out of the gutter now?
Dude, they're 0-3. You can't count Houston. I mean, normally you would say like the Patriots, the Steelers, the Chiefs.
Wow.
But I mean, the Patriots and Steelers both look rough.
It might be the Chiefs, but
Jaguars. But I mean, they just lost at home to the Titans.
Yeah. You know what?
I mean, no Leonard Fournette though.
Yeah, you know what? I'll ride Jaguars as my AFC pick.
Okay, wow.
I'll ride Jaguars. They grind it out, and Blake Bortles. I mean, as much as bad stuff you can say about Blake Bortles, that man steps up in the playoffs.
Yeah,
there ain't no denying that.
He looks well. They should have beat the Patriots.
There's no denying that man steps up.
NFC pick.
Oh, I'll go Rams. Rams are my favorite.
Okay.
They're and they just became Vegas's favorite too after last night's game. They're plus 400. New England moved back to plus 800.
Okay.
So, they're solid
super
in
talented.
every position. Only thing I'm worried about now is Marcus Peters' injury.
Yeah, has there been any word on that?
All I've seen is a calf injury.
Yeah, I don't think it's too serious.
I'll text him later and see what he says.
Okay. I'm gonna go my picks. I think, dude, the Chiefs are good, man.
I know, but is it? Do you have any faith in Andy Reid? That's the question.
I didn't say they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Andy Reid made it to the Super Bowl with the Eagles and the NFC Championship 4 straight years or whatever it was. I'm going to go Chiefs just because I don't think that the Jaguars can keep up with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, in points. Obviously, their defense will hold them down.
That would be a fun AFC Championship.
I don't know, man. Yeah, a really good defense versus a really good offense, and then a bad defense versus a bad offense. Mm-hmm. One's got to bend. So I'm going to go Chiefs just because I think they're going to win more regular season games. I think Jacksonville's going to have to go to Kansas City late, and I think that'll be the deciding factor. And then in the NFC, I think it'll come down to the Rams and the Eagles. I mean, obviously I'm biased with the Eagles pick, but I think that the Rams might beat them because it'll probably be in LA. I think that they'll probably have a better overall record. If the Eagles do somehow get the 1 seed, though, I think the Eagles will go back to the championship. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Rams, Chiefs, Super Bowl, which would be a 6 Super Bowl.
Oh, that'd be a very fun Super Bowl.
A lot of talent on both teams.
Yeah, those teams are both loaded. Who would you take?
In that, I think I would go Rams just because they have a better defense.
The defense and the offense.
I mean, their coach he's a genius.
Yeah,
Have you seen the video of him when he's recalling plays from
2 years ago?
Yes.
The third quarter, second down,
7 minutes left. Yeah, he literally said Jared Goff scrambles 7 yards for a first down. I'm like, what, bro? What is wrong with you? How do you remember that play? I understand maybe remembering an 80-yard touchdown pass, but bro, you have issues. I mean, I think that just comes from he's just watched so much film.
I'm sure
he probably just has a photographic memory.
And he's super young, so his mind's super sharp right now.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I'm
pretty young too. I don't think I could remember all that. So,
you're a little bit different than Sean McVay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I'm not an NFL head coach. So,
but if it came to that, I think I would go.
Who's your pick? You said Jaguars and Rams.
I think the Jaguars would muddy the game up, but the Rams just that passing attack would wear. I mean, you can only put Jalen Ramsey and AJ Boye on an island for so long until something hits.
And I mean,
you know what I'm saying? They're both superstars, but Cooks over the top. Like,
Yeah.
you can't misplay that.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd Gurley, probably the best running back in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Gurley.
All right, name your top 3 running backs, and then we'll wrap things up and give Matt a call.
I'll give Gurley 1. I'll go Kamara 2. That guy's
He's
untackable.
unreal. Dude, I drafted David Johnson over Kamara. And, I mean, my goodness, bro, he drops 40 every game.
I know.
David Johnson is really good, but the Cardinals are so bad.
Yeah, they're
anyway,
very
sorry
good.
to get you.
And then
Gurley, Kamara.
I think I'll still ride Zeke. I know that offensive line's going.
Dude, I think he's a product of his offensive line. I mean, he's a good running back, but I don't know if he's top 3.
He runs hard. He catches the ball. Barkley hasn't really done anything for me. Like, I know last week.
Skill set, though. I mean,
I know. I mean, everything looks great on that kid. That kid looks.
You throw Barkley on the Rams, and I mean, does he put up numbers like Todd Gurley? I mean, Barkley, dude, he's had some insane runs.
Yeah, I mean, that guy.
He has nowhere to run.
Those thighs are like 2 tree trunks.
They're as big as yours, and you weigh 360 pounds.
Like I said, 360 on a good day, and that guy's thighs are gigantic. Yeah, but I think I'll still ride Zeke probably at the 3rd.
I think I'm gonna go Gurley 1, Kamara 2, and I'm gonna go David Johnson 3. Just like, dude, pure skill set. Like, if you throw David Johnson on the Chiefs or the Rams, where like he's not just getting quadruple teamed, like everyone's only. I can't even name. I mean, I guess Larry Fitzgerald, but he's 50 years old. I can't name anybody else on that Cardinals team.
Well, and that's the thing nowadays.
No, seriously, who's their number 2 wide receiver? I mean, they have Sam Bradford running the helm.
I know. And then old NC State quarterback number 3 right now.
Mike G, baby. Dude, if they throw Mike G, it's a whole new game. David Johnson's
fantasy numbers going way up.
Yeah. Right now, I'd trade David Johnson for Coca-Cola. But you throw Mike in there, you're not getting Todd Gurley.
Right. Check down Mike. That guy's going to have...
Whoa. Okay. Don't try my guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and get over to the call with Matt. Thank you guys for listening, and we're looking forward to hearing what Matt has to say.
All right, yeah.
All right, Matt. Welcome to the Sharp Cheddar podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
We know your schedule's super busy right now, so we appreciate all the time you can give us, Matt.
Oh, you got jokes.
All right. Well, now that that's out of the way, how is life treating you as a free agent in the NFL?
We're really about to go there right now.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, bad to be honest. Just not getting paid, but it's good to be home.
Yeah, that's good. So you're back in Florida right now?
Yeah, working out, waiting for a call.
Okay, well, cool. I know that you've been on Fortnite a lot more now than you were when training camp was around, so that's been nice for us. So let's talk a little bit about your upbringing. I know you're from Florida. You went to Cypress Bay High School. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Cypress Bay? My apologies, my guy. How was your time at Cypress Bay?
It was good. Initially, I went to Nova High School, and then I transferred to Cypress Bay. Because Cypress Bay was about 20 minutes from where I live. And I went to high school out in Weston. That's where Cypress Bay is. So all my friends was at Cypress. So I talked to my parents, and then they allowed me to transfer to Cypress. So that's how that happened.
Let's be honest. Was Cypress Bay the better high school in football?
Yeah.
So you're would you consider yourself maybe like a Kevin Durant type athlete, like if you can't beat him, join him type deal?
No, it's not like that. It's more, I just had history of people at that school, so that's why I decided to go there.
Okay, like history that you couldn't beat him, or?
All right.
Tell me a little bit about your family life, Matt. Did you have both parents? Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got an older brother, older sister, and a younger brother. My family, we're all from Jamaica.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, born there. Came here when I was around 5 years old.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Didn't know you were born in Jamaica.
Did you know Nico Marley, Bob Marley's kid, went to Cypress Bay High School?
Yep, that's my best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Tell us so you guys more about.
Do you really know Nico Marley?
Yeah, he does.
Huh.
I always see him like retweeting his stuff and all that. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Although I did not know that Nico Marley was Bob Marley's son. That's pretty cool. Grandson. Okay. Grandson. Did he, this might be a dumb question, not sure when Bob Marley died, did he like meet Bob?
No.
Okay. So he died before he was born. Gotcha. All right. So how many offers did you have coming out of high school? Was NC State your only one? I know Vanderbilt maybe was one of the other ones.
Yeah, they were one of my offers. I had around 14 or 15.
Which
was my first offer?
Who was your first offer?
NC State.
Oh, okay. Who were you recruited by Doran's staff or by O'Brien's staff? I know that you were like in the first year that Doran came in. So was it like you were recruited by them or by O'Brien's staff?
I was recruited by O'Brien. Coach Kitchens was on that staff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I know Coach Kitchens is killing it right now in recruiting. Was he like a big reason of why you chose NC State?
He was the only reason why I chose NC State.
Alrighty then. Not to come play with me.
Didn't know who you were at the time.
Okay.
Still that way. Nobody knows who this guy is.
All right. Okay, so moving on. You committed to NC State. Take me through a little bit about what you thought your first year at NC State.
How'd it go?
Yeah, we won like 3 games, I think. It was not fun.
First year went. For me personally, I didn't think it went well for me. I started off hot with my first game, scored 3 touchdowns. My first ever game playing college, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, I wasn't getting much reps, and it was just a big change for me leaving Florida and going somewhere without my family and stuff like that. So that was tough on me for my first year, and I was considering transferring after my first year, but didn't end up doing that.
I do remember that. I'm not gonna lie. Like a couple of our coaches came to the QB room and was like, "Hey, go check up on Matt. He's not doing too hot. We definitely don't need that guy to leave." Would you say that since you weren't super happy that freshman year that you maybe did a lot of stress eating? What were you weighing freshman year? Because I'm assuming you were pushing.
Freshman year, I was around 217. The only reason why I got to 217 was because I've never heard of Zaxby's. When I got up there, I had Zaxby's for the first time, and I was being that every single day. That's the only reason why I got so heavy.
So you would go to practice, not get a lot of reps, be sad, go home and smash some Zaxby's.
No, I get a lot of. I got a lot of reps in practice. Just didn't get a lot of reps in the game.
Oh, so it was game nights when you would go home and binge eat Zaxby's to help comfort your sad feelings.
I've been there.
Vince has been there a couple times.
I do that quite often, actually. Hey, so Matt, when you came up to North Carolina, let's talk about the eats then. What about Bojangles? Do they have Bojangles in Florida?
I think they do, but like in the Tampa area or Jacksonville. It's not where I'm at in South Florida.
Oh, okay. What about Cookout?
That was the first place I ate at when I took my visit to. I took a visit in the summer, an unofficial visit. That was the first place I ate at, and I fell in love with it.
So you said Coach Kitchens was the primary reason you came to State. Would you say that Cookout was probably the second?
Nah, it wasn't the deciding factor.
Cookout Zaxby's combo?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes more. Looking back at your freshman body, that makes a lot more sense.
NC State needs to start taking recruits just straight to Cookout, not to campus, just straight to Cookout. Out of state recruits.
Exactly.
Maybe have a couple girls there, it wouldn't hurt. Speaking of girls, congratulations on being engaged.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, she was. She's been your high school sweetheart, right? What's your fiance's name, if you don't mind sharing on the podcast? Scarla. And she was your high school sweetheart, correct?
Yeah.
So does that? I know that some guys have to kind of worry about they might call them gold diggers. Was that nice that you knew that she loved you back when you were like boo-boo Matt days, chunky Matt days? She went through literally thick and thin with you.
All right, you tripping. I was never that big. I was only that big my first year in college.
All right.
Cut the fat jokes.
But were you? Was that nice that you were able? You didn't have to worry about the whole like gold digging thing when you got to the NFL.
Honestly, I never even thought about that.
Well, then that's good. If you don't have to think about it, then it's not a problem.
That's right.
So, yeah, we'll move on to the NFL stage of your career. So this is your second year in the NFL. Take me through the NFL draft where you were selected 252nd overall out of 253. So one selection above Mr. Irrelevant. Excuse me?
You really did your research, huh?
Oh yeah, we're sharp guys on this Sharp Cheddar podcast.
Hey, you did get picked over Chad Kelly though.
That's impressive.
So that's pretty good. He beat out Paxton Lynch, so you're doing something for yourself there.
I guess that's a good way to look at it.
You don't have to answer this question, but I'm curious. If I was in your shoes, I would have preferred to just not even be drafted at that point than to be drafted by the Cleveland Browns, who are obviously not the most successful organization in the last couple of years. Were you happy to be drafted, or were you kind of wishing that you would have been a free agent and had the option to kind of choose where you went, if that makes sense?
That's a tough question. Initially, I wasn't happy about being drafted at that point. I thought I would go 3 through 5 rounds. So at that point, I was just kind of like, whatever, whoever picks me up. But I was grateful for the opportunity.
Right. Yeah, and I think that you did a good job your freshman year, your rookie year with the Browns. Can you take me a little bit through what it's like to be on a team that doesn't win a single game? I mean, in all seriousness, like
not winning the game when you have 16 opportunities, but at the same time, it wasn't just. There's other factors that went along with us not winning the game. So.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Just speaking from experience with Doran's first year when we only won like 2 or 3 games. Later in the season, a lot of guys, like we were all just kind of almost fed up with the season and just waiting for it to be over. Did you guys experience any kind of just being fed up with the season and just kind of hoping for it to be over? And do you think that I know winning's a habit, but losing is too. So do you think that it's just kind of like that's what the culture was for that year, or?
If you looked at all our games were really close. So we were always within like 5 points, 6 points, or something like that. So we always had chances to win every single game that we played in. But by the time we were like 0-11, I think guys were just ready to just go home at that point.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So take me through. I don't want to bring up a super sensitive subject, but take me through your process now. I know. We've kept in touch over the past couple years, and I followed you with the Browns, and we kind of stayed in touch right before camp, playing Fortnite and stuff. You didn't even seem very worried to make the team. Did it come as a really big surprise when you were cut?
I was surprised.
You were surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised because I thought. I had a pretty good showing on my last preseason game, and led the team in tackles the previous year before. Did pretty good on returns as well. So I thought they were going to keep me special team wise, even though they already had 3 running backs and they were only planning on keeping 3. So I thought they were still going to keep me because I got value on special teams. So.
Right.
But I was more so shocked that I didn't get picked up by another team. That's what surprised me the most.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so can you maybe take us through that process? Are you just working out with NFL teams now and kind of waiting to get that call, or what's the process of that going on right now?
Yeah, I've been doing tons of workouts for other teams so far, but no one signed me yet. But keep on praying, hoping for another opportunity.
Yeah.
No practice squad looks even? Nothing like that? You're just trying to make a 53 man?
Say that again?
So no practice squad looks either, or are you just holding out?
No, I'll take a practice squad.
Oh, that's right. Paycheck's a paycheck, right, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of leads me. I'm glad you said that. So I know there was a big difference between high school football and college football. You know, that's when it starts to become more of a job. Guys are playing to hopefully get looks, and, you know, college coaches, it is their living and how they provide for their family, so it's much more competitive. What's the difference? I can't speak on the NFL level. Is the NFL level, I mean, it's literally some guys are there, or most guys are there to just get the paycheck? Or would you say that these fans are kind of misconstrued when they think that players are, you know, playing their hearts out on the line for their team?
Mostly doing everything for their family. I don't know about people playing their hearts out for their team.
Right.
Everyone is looking to do their job, make sure they keep it their job to provide for their family. So
yeah. So would you say that the camaraderie in the locker room is definitely a lot different? I mean, you have some guys in there who are 40 years old, and you have some guys in there who are young like you, 24, 25. Is that a lot different?
I mean, what I realized through playing football, no matter how old you are, I realized that everyone is still on that, not immature, but they're still kids.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Grown men.
No matter how old you are.
Grown men playing the kids' game.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, cool. Lastly, I just want to maybe wrap things up, get a little bit outside of football. So I'm a big LeBron fan. I know that you don't necessarily like LeBron per se. What are your opinions on him going to the Lakers this year?
I don't know, because the Lakers are always my favorite team.
Oh, did not know that. So is Matthew Days going to become a little LeBron fan this year?
I was a Lakers fan because of Kobe.
Okay, answer the question, guy.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, so if LeBron drops 50 and wins the Lakers a championship in Game 7, you're not necessarily going to be happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care. Wow. Okay.
Alrighty then.
All right.
That's some real hate coming from you there, bud.
Well, I appreciate your time on the podcast. This is episode 1. It's an honor to have you on here. We've been pretty tight over the past couple of years, so I'm glad that we had the chance to have you on.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Vince, do you have any more questions for him before he leaves?
No, I think that's it, Matt. I'll see you on Fortnite tonight, bud.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one.